Here's one interesting thing that nobody noticed. On Saturday, some unnamed actor, some subterranean vermin in the House of Representatives, inserted what turned out to be a remarkable provision into the so-called budget reconciliation bill. Almost nobody outside the Congress noticed it was there, and that's really not surprising. The bill is one of the biggest in all of human history. It's nearly 2,500 pages long. It spends $3.5 trillion. Where does that money come from? Well, it was just newly printed by the Federal Reserve for the occasion. The provision in question was hidden on page 168 of that bill. And here's what it says. Going forward, the federal government will bankrupt any company that refuses to comply with Joe Biden's vaccine mandate. So do you have an unvaccinated worker in your office? The fine for that will be $700,000 payable to the U.S. Treasury for each and every one of those workers. Even by the standards of Washington, that is a lot of money. Here's a comparison. In June, the federal government penalized a chemical company in West Virginia after its plant exploded, killing an employee and sending two others to the hospital. The fine in that case, $12,288. So there you have it, written out in black and white, the moral priorities of the Democratic Party. Killing people in chemical plants is bad. It's about $12,000 bad. But failing to get a Joe Biden-mandated COVID vaccine, even if you've already recovered from COVID and have natural immunity that is more powerful than any shot, that's much, much worse. How much worse? It is 58 times worse than killing people in a chemical plant explosion. Democrats did the math on that, and they wrote it down. This whole approach, if you take 3 steps back to COVID, is a little weird when you think about it. If you really wanted to protect the public, the American people, from this virus, the first thing you would do is encourage them to be healthy, meaning get off your phone, get outside, spend some time in nature, maybe lose some weight. That's meaningful. That all works. We know it for a fact. It's science. And then people with higher risk factors like older people, people with pre-existing medical problems would probably want to get the vaccine. Definitely worth it for them. They should. Everyone else could look at the numbers and assess. They could choose for themselves as they do with every other medical decision. The federal government is not requiring you to get surgery for prostate cancer if you get it. No, you get to decide.